Hey friends, I hope everyone's doing great. Checking in on Monkey, see how everything's going. We're at 354,000 market cap, down about 9% over the last 24 hours. Everything kind of took a dump in the last few hours here. Market's dumping, but Monkey's holding strong. Things looking good here. I didn't see any major sells. And long term, I truly believe things are going to be okay, as I've been mentioning before on previous videos. So Bitcoin's down. Let's look at that. That's the big story, I guess. Down to 86,000, and memes are down as well. So things aren't looking great, at least short term, but long term, I think we're in great shape. First, just regarding Monkey specifically, Monkey will not die. We're hanging in there, and community's strong. Top holders are strong, and many community members are adding to their bags. We know souljabryce is. I'm obviously doing it, and Drew Fitz mentioned he's getting close to 1%. So we're getting the right holders in as whales, the believers. Remember we talked about before that having that core foundation of top holders that aren't selling is huge for escape velocity to get out and break out when we break out with the parabolic candles. Remember, in a normal coin that doesn't have the strong community, it doesn't have the strong whales, the folks tend to take profit quicker. And so when we do get that catalyst, that spark that starts sending the chart, we start getting these big green candles. In other projects, there would be selling pressure as well that would prevent that big breakout. But with a community like Monkey, everyone's going to be different. I'm sure everyone has a plan to take profits, and I'm not mad at you for that. But we know the potential of it. We know this is not just a quick 3x, 5x, or even 10x and out, right? Even if profits are taken, they're going to be taken responsibly, in my opinion, and that will help us hit that escape velocity where the buys are coming in and there's not much selling from the whales. So just overall good that good folks like souljabryce and Drew are building up these bags, and that's why this sideways and trickling down type of trading is totally normal for a great meme like Monkey. This just is rocket fuel for the parabolic run that we're going to have. So super excited and bullish long term for Monkey as well as the overall crypto market. So let's look at the news today. Gainsey posted here, all roads lead back to a meme rally. Whenever retail gets more dry powder, they're not going to buy utility coins. They're hitting the meme casino and trying to gamble their way into financial freedom against a level playing field of other retail. So I tend to agree here. I think with the stimulus, if that ends up happening, where Trump's going to give 2,000 bucks or whatever it is to the U.S. citizens, we saw it with the COVID stimulus. That'll flow back into the markets, Robinhood type stuff, and then also crypto. And I agree with Gainsey here. They're going to buy meme coins. That's what they're going to do. It's everything's so expensive, and folks just want to get that financial freedom. They're going to hop into memes. What are they going to hop into? There's so many choices. I think quality memes like Monkey are where it's at. Good, solid animal runners, and I think we're in a good position here. Kind of on that note, getting in position, Frank says Q2 2026, man, going to be a movie. Hope you position yourself in the right bags, Q4 and Q1. Obviously, we're in Q4 right now already, and then Q1, so he's thinking, April-ish when Q2 starts, be in great position. I mean, can you imagine? And I think, I don't think it's likely or anything like that that we don't run at all until Q2, but can you imagine just adding to your bags until Q2, what our bags are going to look like? I mean, I just think over time we just keep on getting stronger, and the community's not dying, the enthusiasm's still there, and we're just building up our bags, getting ready for that catalyst, and it will come. We just don't know what it is or when it's going to come, but we know it's coming. All right, moving on. Weimar.x says next week's schedule is Giga bullish. Monday, QT ending. Tuesday, Fed starts printing. Wednesday, PMI data release. Thursday, jobless claims report. Friday, Fed balance sheet release. The biggest bull run starts next week. So this was obviously before Bitcoin took a dump, but I agree. Long term, zoom out, incredibly bullish with all this news and the stuff that Trump's doing legislatively and that his administration is doing. Frank goes on here to say, increasingly, my consistent bet on this Trump admin to pull through is becoming my most contrarian bet. Pretty sure he will continue to increase asset prices somehow over the next 3 years, even if there's turbulence along the way. And this is kind of what I've been saying as well, is that Trump's gonna pump his bags, and that's crypto, stock market, all that. He's a pro business guy. He wants to be known as someone that helped folks with their 401ks and everything. So I think he's gonna crime, for lack of a better term, the markets, and they will be up when he leaves office for sure. So I think he's gonna do whatever he can, and it's starting with Jerome Powell stepping down or resigning and being replaced, and Trump says he already has his replacement in mind. So I think everything's going to point towards putting people in place, passing legislation that is pro crypto, which is I'm incredibly bullish over the long term. And Bitcoin LFG says the same thing. Jerome Powell said to speak in the next 24 hours, something big is coming. Lil Toro says success in crypto isn't overnight. It's earned through conviction and consistency. Keep grinding, keep learning, and never lose sight of the big picture. And I totally agree with that. Monkey success isn't going to be overnight. We need to be consistent with our posting, our shilling, finding new avenues, which we'll talk about in a bit, and having that conviction. Keep grinding, learn what works, learn what doesn't work, try new things in terms of shilling monkey, and big picture, we're in great shape. Dawn here also seems bullish. We're at the end of the beginning. Once QE starts, we're going to have the biggest bull market in history. Totally agree with Dawn here. John here says you only fail when you stop trying. Stay consistent and ready. It'll work out. Just keep on working our bags. It's not in vain, and our patience is going to pay off nicely with Monkey. Alex here has a good post. I thought hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. So the question is, do you specifically have the talent? The point here is it doesn't matter. Just work hard. If you don't have the talent, you'll still beat those with talent that don't work hard. If you do have the talent, you'll stay ahead of the other hard workers. So just keep on working. And remember, every post, every comment, every encouraging word helps the community. So keep interacting with the content, and we're going to make it. More bullish stuff from Trump. As he said a number of times, he became a fan of crypto. He wasn't always a fan. He's come around to it. His sons are obviously heavily into it. And because of that, I'm super bullish on crypto. Xerox Bossman here says, once everyone has been flushed out and lost everything, will the greatest meme season of all time occur? And I think we saw some folks get flushed out of their perp positions this afternoon, and I think soon we're going to have meme season. And like Gainsey said, folks that have money that come in, they're going to want to be betting on meme coins and trying to hit the 100,000x, as we know, and they're going to be looking for quality memes like Monkey. Andy Lean here says top exchanges should not ignore community. Community is power, and I agree with him. When exchanges pick listings, they should pick strong communities like Monkey because that's what you want. You want to get that publicity, and that's why they pick certain listings, and we see some popular memes getting listed super quick, and hopefully that's coming soon for Monkey. The main monkey account had a nice post here. Monkey community still building. Top 5% liquidity depth for any sub 1 million market cap Solana meme, which is great. Um, over 3,700 holders. Top 15 wallets haven't sold a token in months. Survived every drawdown. Daily posted and rated by holders with one of the strongest communities. We're still working, and I agree. It's just insane the prices of Monkey right now to get in. I mean, a whale bag is not that expensive at all, and I think folks are going to start realizing that and buying and holding, and that's going to help increase the floor price there. Movich here had the pump fun art here, and he said it symbolizes recovery, growth, and success. And maybe the pump fun team will use this for their December banner, and you can see monkeys right here between the train cars. So shout out to Movich for always including monkey in the art. I also want to mention here that King Charlie, great community member, started a YouTube channel here. It's MC Solana, and I'll link to it here in the post. But he posted a short here, got almost 3,000 views, which is huge for just having one short and having that's great. Got in the algorithm or something. So shout out to King Charlie. Go ahead and give him a follow. And we know Monkey Flips here, and I think Dan's on here as well. And so keep on following and interacting. Actually, I don't know if Monkey Flip's on YouTube. Monkey Flip is, however, on TikTok, and I've got my page pulled up here. So go ahead and um, follow and interact on the stuff here. It seems like it's a good spot to get in front of investors on these DCA videos that I'm posting daily, just these short little videos. They get a decent amount of views and they get a lot of comments. And so, like this one here has a number of comments, and they're some of them are saying, "Hey, this is going nowhere" and things like that. But if I can figure out how to pull up the comments, here we go. So you can see here, I'm able to respond, and to me, these are good interactions. Maybe folks that hadn't seen Monkey, and they're saying like this looks, chart looks bad or whatever, but they don't understand. So I'm able to say, look at the holders, look at the strength of community, mentions from Mitch and Sling, and so we can actually kind of onboard people this way, which is pretty cool. All right, please remember to follow the main Monkey account here, and let's get this account above 4,200 and interact. That really helps the project. And thank you all. Keep up the great work out there. I will talk to you tomorrow.